All right.
Why is this brush bent? It looks like I left it in the water, but I don't leave my brushes in the water, except when I do.
And there it is. I have an ad.
Kilgore Void, hello. ZNBQ, hello.
There it is.
Corona. All right.
Ooh woo.
Ooh. So yesterday I got the leather worked out. So today I am going to be painting his big old coat cuffs and his collar. Oh, the back of this collar probably should have been leather, because my idea is that this is kind of a lining. But you know what? I can fix it. And I'm going to be starting out.
Killer Void says, Jay, no Rona. Yeah, because you were coughing. This is going to be the super spreader stream.
Yeah, you guys should probably put on a mask, because I'm going to infect you.
Uh-oh.
Void16, hello. Joey Flores, hello. Casey Lance. Hi, guys.
Hey, hey.
He does look a little like an orc Hellboy. Did anybody see the new Hellboy movie? I didn't.
It looked really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't... Like, the Ron Perlman movies are masterpieces, but they're pretty darn good. And I think they did a great job at making Hellboy, like, fun. The new Hellboy didn't look fun. All of my comments tonight will contain the word rim job. We're going to hold you to it, Craig Turpin. Yes, I am back to my little cube of wood. I actually didn't mind the holder. I was struggling with keeping my work on camera.
Casey Lance really does not like you doing lime green rims on the video. For
yes,
today.
I remember that. I like the lime green rims sometimes. I have lime green rims on my kill team. They're on kind of a foresty base, and so I think the lime, and they're dark models, so I think that the lime green it actually adds a little pizzazz.
A little bit of razzle dazzle.
Void 16.
You mean lime green
orcs?
Rim job.
I did see your orcs. They looked a lot like my orcs. They looked a lot like my first orcs. Yeah, orcs are deceptively tricky to paint. Because you're like, oh, they're orcs, you can be messy. But if you're too messy, they don't look good.
Space Marine says, paint it well so I can purge it later, brother. Amazing.
Casey Lance. I saw the new Hellboy. Of all the movies that I've ever seen, it was certainly one of them. Ah, high praise. I don't blame David Harbour too much because he is not Ron Perlman, which isn't his fault. That's true. It's really hard to go after a Ron Perlman role. Also, you know what was really weird? He got so buff for that movie. Like, Ron Perlman just wore a muscle suit. But the David Harbour got so muscly, and it still looked like he was wearing a muscle suit. I actually thought Ron Perlman's muscle suit looked more realistic than David Harbour's real muscles. Love
I
him
hate
in
when that
Stranger Things,
happens.
though. I think the new bases would be great for an epic scale forest. Yeah, I could see that. David Harbour was the only thing right in the Hellboy movie. Ron Perlman's flab just looked like our ripped. I'm pretty sure he wore a muscle suit. Those are not Ron Perlman's muscles in Hellboy. He's actually not like a tough guy. Even he plays tough guys in the movies, but if you watch like interviews and stuff with him, he's just a normal guy. Okay, Craig Turpin, I did watch Midwinter's video on their Eldar model. It looked really good. The like everything about it was kind of like fine, but then the cloak was gorgeous. And
Did you
I
like
did
the
like
rim job?
And he says he's gonna paint a Warlord Titan. He's gonna paint the $2,000 model from Forge World.
Are you sure it's not just a Titan?
I know, right? I feel like I've been.
It's just
I
a
feel
knight.
like I've been tricked before. He showed a picture of it though. He's like, "I'll buy this if I get enough subscribers." And it
Oh,
yeah.
maybe we should do that.
I think he gets it a little cheaper because he's in the UK. So he gets like $400 or $500.
That would do it.
Because he's not paying in America dollars.
How many subscribers does he
I
need
don't
to
know,
get?
but he'll get it.
Yeah.
He's got pretty good growth. The real hero of Del Toro's Hellboy is Doug Jones. Who did Doug Jones play? Isn't Doug Jones the he's like he's a monster actor, right? He does a lot of like makeup and effects. Like he does a lot of acting under like heavy prosthetics.
Must be a handsome gentleman.
I think he's really skinny and strong. I think that's why he gets those roles. Not to be confused with Toby Jones. Toby Jones is Dobby. Doug Jones is Abe Sapien. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Yeah, Abe Sapien looked awesome. You know what was weird in Hellboy 2? I've seen Hellboy 2 a lot of times, and I still don't know what's going on at the end. Why? So Hellboy gets poisoned. Why do they take him to, like, the place where they shot Star Wars in, like, Greenland, and then they went into a cave, and then all of a sudden there was, like, a giant evil, like, witch that was like, I can save Hellboy, but it'll mean the end of the world. And then Hellboy just comes back to life and everything's fine, and they never bring it up again. Does anybody else remember this?
Is Hellboy 2 good?
I think Hellboy 2, the first half of Hellboy 2 is awesome.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know if I don't know if the second half's very good. The first one's great.
Only thing it needs though is it needs my retelling of the pigeon kid. Hellboy is running from roof to roof, and he runs into at like midnight. He runs into a little kid playing with his pigeons, and I think that's dumb. I think it should have been a little kid smoking, and he and Hellboy have a smoke together.
That'd be pretty good. Or nudie mags.
That'd be a little much. Like, I think
Would it?
having a little cigarette would be cute. I think nudie mags.
That would be cute.
I think.
Little boys go
Well, because
smoke.
Hellboy is like a child at heart too, and kids steal
Hmm.
cigarettes and smoke.
I mean, kids also look at
They
nudie
do,
mags.
but I don't know.
In the chat, how many of you as kids looked at nudie
With
mags
Hellboy on a
with
rooftop.
Hellboy?
Ah, so can they just take anyone to the witch, and she'll bring them back to life? Kilgore Void.
Nudie mags with Hellboy or nudie mags featuring Hellboy?
Ah.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Hmm.
Bah.
I think it was weird that the whole thing that they did with the BPRD is secret. In the comics, it's treated like any other international agency with a minimum of secrecy. It looked like that was kind of the new one. The new one might have been a little bit more faithful to the source material. But you know what? A movie is different. I'm always fine if they move away from the source material if it's a good movie. Because I don't think any movie has been improved by being slavishly accurate to the source material.
Yeah, and if it's a different
Yeah.
medium, usually things need to get adjusted. I'm okay with people like in Bohemian Rhapsody, how they made up a
Oh
bunch
yeah,
of
they made up
stuff.
the whole movie.
I think
I
that's
think so
fine.
too. It made a really good movie. Yeah, always lie.
That's what I do. Jay and I are friends.
Yeah, movies are just a series of lies.
Craig Turpin really is not putting enough rim jobs in every sentence that he's putting in.
Kilgore Void. I think my problem with the witch bringing Hellboy back to life was I didn't know it existed. Like I didn't know that was on the table. And then he comes back to life, and then he just defeats the Golden Army, and then I guess the movie's over. Like the first movie had the stakes of the FBI guy is a little bit putting the moves on his girl. And we're kind of meeting Hellboy, and we see him be jealous and stuff. The second movie was kind of a little bit more focused on the plot, or like the Golden Army and the elves. Ooh, Casey Lance tried to paint today. First time since the industry.
Yes. Injury. Couldn't handle it, unfortunately. Aw. Arm is so stiff.
Have you ever watched Dana Howell? She has no emotions. No, she has no emotions. Or she has emotions. She just she has a kind of a monotone way of speaking.
Very informative,
Yes.
though, on how she paints.
Speaking of informative on how she paints, I think I need a little bit of matte medium.
Who's Matt? Ah, Craig, I've been there too. Not enough rim jobs to go around. It happens to the best of us, and you're gonna have to save it up.
I'm sad that Bruce Campbell's Lobster Johnson movie never came out. Neat. I've seen the movie The Lobster, which I enjoyed. It's kind of like a surreal story about like modern relationships. Yes, Dana Howell is great. She's super good at wild colors. I agree.
I agree as well.
The Lobster's a slightly different film. Dana Howell's monotone vibe is her shtick, and I like it. Daria vibes. Void 16, I think you're looking into her voice a little too much.
Voice seems almost traumatized. Jesus.
Like, she's always sounded normal to me.
Yeah, I feel like she's normal. Ah, Artist Opus. I know who that is. I'm pretty sure. I think we follow them on Instagram.
I think, isn't there a brand of brushes called Artist Opus?
Maybe that's what it is.
Like Archhammer, Dana is just misunderstood. I disagree. I feel like I understand Archhammer. Boy, I can't imagine like going out like spending a lot on a dry brush. I feel like a dry brush's days are always numbered. I just get a couple dollar makeup brush.
You abuse that thing. Yeah, but do you even know how to paint?
Never learned. Ironically, Arch would probably be representative of the average Imperium citizen. Oh no.
Resin question. What alcohol do you need for the wash? I use 99. I found the big reason why I use 99, and I've heard you're supposed to use that, but the big reason why I use 99 is because that's the only thing I could get my hands on, because all the medical grade stuff was gone, like the 91 or 95%. But I believe you're supposed to use 99. Ah, yeah, and people, yeah, Joey Flores. people do use mean green.
Is mean green related to simple green?
Maybe it's the meanest version of the simple.
Mm-hmm.
Mean green mother from outer space.
Ah.
Little shop of horrors.
I was just gonna wait for Kilgore to post it.
Ah. Be proactive. Make your own.
Yep. Yeah, ferment your corn and
Yeah. We're actually going to have a tutorial on how to make your own isopropyl alcohol. It's going to be really fun.
his brush he uses for dry brushing straight up looks like the makeup brush Jay uses. Yeah, I mean the makeup brush seems like the best thing. Where's mine? Is it right here in front of me? Yeah. Mine's a little chunky right now. I need to clean it, but yeah, for just a few dollars. Seems like the way to go. I like the real soft bristles. I feel like it gives me a much finer dry brush. Simple Green is the Tropic Thunder Shrek fanfic I'm working on. It'd be really fascinating between him and Dana Howell how to have very technical perspectives on mini painting. It's interesting. People like Dana Howell and those whenever they're talking about their style, because I've never felt like I've had a style. I always felt like I just did my best, and whatever happened happened.
Mm-hmm.
Marco's big action figure Marine was amazing, but low-key, I think he ruined it a bit when he did the glowing thingy on the arm. It actually detracts from the rest of the paint job.
A lot of burps. Just full of them today.
I think didn't Goober do a video on trying out a bunch of different stripping chemicals, paint stripping chemicals, and he found that they all work about the same. Which kind of checks out because I've literally heard like a million different stories about like, oh, you have to use simple green, you have to use brake fluid, you have to use isopropyl alcohol, you have to use... Like, one thing has not come out and reigned supreme.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't want to deal with brake
I've done
fluid.
it before. It's not... It kind of works. Although I put in a resin mini and it turned rubbery. And that's why I no longer have Necron Illuminator Caesares.
Yeah, or a sense of smell.
Or taste. Yeah, I got about 2 years left to live from that little experiment.
Yep.
I find it's best to just take all the paint strippers and mix them into a mason jar and then sell it to the rubes for moving. Sell it to the rubes before moving on to the next town. Ah, that would be pretty hilarious. You put it all together. I used a paint stripper called Orange Peel once, and it once again kind of worked.
I used purple nurple or whatever the hell it is.
Stuff.
Yeah, purple stuff. Simply purple. Purpley goo. Bet you guys could do a collab with Goober doing his random paint challenge dice game.
Maybe. I'd be down. Is that a collab or is that just doing his challenge? I watched his most recent one where he painted a not a squat. What's the fantasy squat? He painted a dwarf. He painted a dwarf in a tank. It was pretty cool.
I think we're getting pressured to do. Everyone wants us to do collabs.
Collabs would be awesome. The only thing is you don't really want to send those emails until the answer is going to be yes.
Right. Or, because really what I would love to do, I've talked about this, I really want to do a base versus base.
Yeah, because we're the base masters.
That would be really, really fun.
Goober complimented us on our base series.
Yeah.
Which is easily the most extensive on YouTube. Do you want to collab with us?
Yeah. Challenge thing, he does. But, like, you guys are a fairly large painting channel yourself, so I think it could be like a video. Yeah. If it feels like I'm pressuring you guys to collab, it's just because I want to see y'all make more of an income doing this thing. Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
That's pretty funny. No, I think that's a really good idea. I really want to do base versus base. That's what I really think would be fun. All the cool kids are collaborating.
Well, if the cool kids all jumped off a cliff, would we do it too? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we would.
We'd be right over the cliff like a lemming.
And I think if we were to do base versus base, the first episode would be myself versus Jay.
Yeah, and that's then we could point to a formula.
And then we would ask... Exactly. Then we would ask y'all who we should challenge, and then we'd try to challenge them. We also... What would be really fun is if we had other YouTube judges. Yeah, you'd have to have a standard model for base versus base. A great plastic old marine or something. Yes, exactly. That's exactly
the easy
what
to build
we would
Primaris
do.
would be a good pick, I think.
I think
the little 3-pack.
That would be good.
I have some that are like ready
What
to
I think
rock.
what would be fun is you pick whatever model it is, and then you do a spinner to see what the basing theme is. And then you go off and you do it. And then you come back and you show it off, and then you have your celebrity judges, and you see what they say. And then whoever loses gets to buy the other person McDonald's for something else fun. I think that'd be
You gotta
cool.
get Simon Powell.
So like Iron Chef. Yeah, Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell's gonna show up as a celebrity judge. So like Iron Chef with miniature basing. Oh yeah, you better believe it. Lots of shit talking too. Intercutting shit talk. Base versus base. Sponsored by Cheetos. It would be sponsored by Cheetos.
It'd be like
Cheetos
Flamin' Hot
Puffs.
Cheetos and remember Make Happy
Mountain
Flamin' Hot
Dew.
Cheetos?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And Flamin' Hot Cheetos are not for pussies. That is, they're not a sponsor. I just want them to. They don't. They won't return my emails. Oboe.
Oboe.
Oboe, play that oboe. This Primaris is fucking raw. Oh, I love Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
I used to watch Kitchen Nightmares all the time on YouTube.
yeah. I did as well.
It's great. Every episode is identical. Like they show up,
Yeah, it is.
the
it is
owner
very...
is ridiculous. Everything is wrong. And then somehow Chef Ramsay makes like 3 changes and everything is perfect. And then they go out of business immediately. It's a great show, though. The best was Amy's Baking Company. Yeah, that almost like... It's hard to believe that was real.
That.
That people would be that ridiculous on camera. Good old Amy and her mob boyfriend.
Yeah, that was an odd
Yeah,
adventure.
and Gordon Ramsay gives up fast.
Well, if it isn't gonna work, it isn't gonna work.
Brewer Marcy, hello. Tonight I'm working on
Hey.
the lining of his coat. Or not the lining, but the cuffs and collar.
Yeah. We're high in the BPMs today. We're really double teaming the streams today, I would say. With our BPM. Oh yeah, when I was leaving your house, your neighbor right next door was and it's pitch black outside when I left. Your neighbor in the dark was raking her
The
yard.
vampire or the old lady?
Yes,
Huh,
vampire.
that makes a lot of sense.
Wasn't that? It was
Mm-hmm.
insane. You know, and I turn on
Yeah.
my car and the headlights flash and she goes,
Yep.
it was odd.
Yeah, it's quite a time.
Just, just raking the leaves at night without a light. Hey, Zerg619. We're doing good. How are you? We got to get.
How do you fuck up a grilled cheese sandwich? It's just bread, too much butter, and a couple types of cheese. I actually like to go
Yeah.
like cream cheese to brown my bread. And then you gotta go one slice of American to get good and melty. And then you do like one other slice of something
Yeah.
else, either like a sharp cheddar.
And you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance when
You
you
do.
put the cheddar in there, or the
Mm-hmm.
American piece of cheese. It's really important.
I have to tell you more about the vampire lady. We do not get along with our neighbors. One particular neighbor. Our neighbor in this neighborhood, there's only one spite fence, and it's between this house and my neighbors, because they kept calling the police on us.
Mhm.
They said that we put nails in their driveway.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were trying to burn down
Yeah,
their
that's
house.
to be fair.
So.
That's true. No, we did nothing. They said we killed their tree,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually have security cameras attached to their tree pointing out. They're very odd. I don't think she's left the house
I
in...
don't know. They sound pretty
I
normal to
know
me.
she hasn't left her house in years. In years and years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Her poor daughter's trapped there as well.
Yeah, that's normal.
The divorced husband comes once a week to mow the lawn. He doesn't go inside the house. He parks, he goes in the back, he quickly mows the lawn and then leaves. No hello, no nothing. Also, she's been caught in neighbors' backyards at night. Hence, vampire.
Remember, they used to put their trash cans in the way so I couldn't turn my car around
Yes.
in their driveway.
Yeah, they learned when Nick was here, and it was insane. It was insane. They must spend all their days staring out the window.
Yeah, well, the real world's scary.
Was that the settlement they reached? He has to mow the lawn.
Hey, World War Art. Sounds like a Hoarders episode setup. Yeah.
No, my other
probably.
neighbor on the other side is a hoarder. It's pretty bad. I've been in there before. Recently, actually,
A lot
she
of
had to
winners
get
in your
rid of
neighborhood.
all of her everything in her basement because we had really bad flooding. But I noticed, like daily Amazon packages outside her house. So I think she's recouping her collections.
Well, I mean, she needs it. She's only buying necessities during
of
this
course.
time. Yeah, but it was certainly odd to see her out there going to town,
Yep.
making it work. She's rebuilding all of her kill teams. I mean, like, the world is scary. That is true. Zerg619 was playing Dawn of War
Ooh, I love
yesterday.
Dawn of War.
Non-stop.
I'm not very good, but I could win with Necrons because they're super OP. I could beat the computer on normal with Necrons. that's way too much yellow.
I thought you were gonna say that was too loud.
No, not loud enough, really.
It's true.
Alright, I threw a little bit of yellow into the collar and cuffs to try to add a little pizzazz, and I think it helps. I'm not 100% happy with them yet. Let's see what I can do. I think I might add some white. Some very thin white.
Yeah, you would add white paint.
The best thing in Dawn of War is Space Marines! I smell an EOB server. I don't play anymore. I haven't played in years.
If Nick was at my house, I'd probably block him too. Yeah, that's true. And Nick is also here sticker is so that we know that he's not sneaking around outside our houses.
Casey Lance, I don't have a gaming computer anymore, unfortunately. It's been a rough decade for me. Aw, poor Casey Lance.
Yeah.
I have a gaming Mac, which means a computer that can't play any games.
Yeah.
Nope. Come on. The stream is a little laggy.
It is a little laggy. Possibly have a solution coming shortly.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fix it, then uh-oh, too bad.
Yeah, this is a very new problem because it'll say like, oh, you have 18 people, you have 20 people, you have 0. And so I just have to wait for it to cycle again to show me what is really going on.
That is interesting.
And it says we're dropping 5.5, but I guess OBS means nothing.
Yeah, it's probably the connection to the old tubage.
Stardew Valley is hella boring to me, not gonna lie. I don't do well with games like that. Give them like 4 days before I move on. 4 days is pretty good. Pretty good amount of time to give to a game. Try it out. I think I have like 2 hours in it. And it does look like a good game, but for me it's not enough like shooting. Not enough explosions, not enough spaceships.
See, I think I have not played Stardew Valley, but I've seen enough of it to know that I would love it, and that's why I don't have it. I would just love too much. I think I'd have too much fun with it. It looks exactly like something that I would need. And then I would never get anything done ever again.
I think my favorite games of all time, bunch of old Star Wars games like Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then Fallout New Vegas, and then probably FTL and Terraria.
I love Terraria. I like collecting. I like doing things. I like making farms.
Fighting the bosses.
I like wasting time. Like, I love it. So I feel like it's the game for me. But I know that I'll love it too much.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 has received a lot of HD mods by one dude, so it's looking amazing. Neat. Jay, have I tried Fallout Tactics? No, I've only played Fallout New Vegas. That's the only Fallout I've done. I own Fallout 4, and one day I might own a computer that can play it. Have you watched any of Mike Burnfire? I think I have watched some Mike Burnfire, actually. Yeah, I think pretty funny stuff. Gosh, why is everything going on so, like, well? Like, I just painted a stripe of white when I wanted to paint, like, a nice, like, opaque or, like, semi-transparent white. Having a real hard time with this color combination.
I don't know, it's probably the demons.
Yes, I did. I sold my soul to the devil for medium painting skills. Like, do you want to be the best in the world? Nah, let me just be, like, pretty good. And then the devil's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can still get your soul, right? I'm like, yeah.
I just want this to be over. It's awkward. Yeah. This is hard. I'm painting my secret kill team.
I'm painting my secret.
I'm not the.
No one tell Nick.
Yeah. I am. I'm not at the fun part yet, which is the end when it's done. No, after this step, everything gets so much more fun. Then just put the paint on it.
FTL was great. Did you play the other game, Into the Breach? I did not. I loved FTL so much. I feel like I won't like Into the Breach because it won't be FTL. I love FTL though. I've beat it. I've unlocked every single ship. It's great. I think I've beat the game on easy with every single ship, and I've beat the game on normal with, like, the starters. Except the NG ships. The NG ship is hard.
I want to play FDL. I feel like I don't deserve it though. I don't think I even know what my Steam password is, which is good.
Has anyone tried Are They Billions? I've wanted to play. I don't play games. If you guys want to know, like, have you played? No, I have not. And Nick plays less games than I do, so.
Mm-hmm. I used to play Red Alert 2 when I was a kid. And a little bit as an adult. I love a good RTS.
Mm-hmm. I've played a little StarCraft. I like the Terran.
Yeah, sweet. I like StarCraft 2. Get it? StarCraft
I don't get
2.
There's a 2-panel webcomic somewhere where the guy summons a succubus who promises to fulfill their darkest desires. So she paints all the minis. Yes, I think I've seen that. That is pretty darn funny. I don't think I would ask for all my minis to be painted. I think I would ask for infinite time to paint all my minis.
See, that's just a control freak right there. You don't think the Santa's little helpers would do a good job?
They'd probably do a good job, but they wouldn't do my job. Like, they wouldn't paint them exactly.
What if they were me?
I guess that'd be fine then.
What if they were clones?
I guess that'd be fine. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Get just a whole painting assembly line going.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to add like a little bit of texture. I mean, it's not fleece, but I would kind of like it to be fleece-esque, like a classic bomber jacket. Right now, it kind of looks like his head is surrounded by like, I don't know, a tortilla. Yeah.
Spiked tortilla. Very tortilla.
Has anybody seen Miniature Hobbyist Sprue video? I don't think so. That's quite a name, though. Miniature Hobbyist. Miniature Hobbyist. I feel like that name doesn't... is a little bit like... nothing?
I think we've seen their videos before.
Probably.
He melts them and reshapes them.
Does he make it into like a chair and some furniture? I might have seen the thumbnail for it.
Interesting. I do have lots of sprue. There it is. That's some pizza right there. Right there, guy. You got some pizza right there, guy.
Some candles and beer bottles that were pretty inspired. That'd be fun, some beer bottles. Sprinkle around my orc spaces.
Oh, okay there, guy.
Oh, okay.
Remember our landlady? Oh, you guys seem like nice boys. Oh, are you guys watching the Packers game? Oh, you're not? I thought all boys watch football.
Mm-hmm.
Remember she said that to us?
And her cat just liked guys.
Oh, my cat. She just likes guys. Such Midwest. Yep. Mm-hmm. She was adorable. The craziest thing is we used to go to her house to drop off our checks for rent.
And I think she liked the visit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she loved it. I talked to the person that lives there now, and I was like, "Oh, do you go to Kathy's house and drop them off?" And she's like, "No, I just put them in the mail like a normal person." I was like, "Aw, Kathy just sits alone all day." Probably thinking about us and our weird, awkward conversations that we had. She was so funny.
For New Englanders, get a fuck out, wait a motherfucker. All right. I think I've made good progress. I got exactly what I wanted to get done, which was the collar and cuffs. They're not perfect yet. I think I might, on the leather, I added some subtle little scuffs, and so I might do that to these, just to try to give them a little bit more texture. So it's a little less of a tortilla.
It's a good idea. A little less of a tortilla. Tortilla. Oh boy. I am tired.
Well, you can't be too tired. we got the Patreon only stream coming up.
Oh, I know we do. Yep. Yeah, but I'm gonna do a line of Coke.
Yeah, as we always do.
Line of Coke. Take the pants off. Take the pants off too. We get wild.
The Patreon only stream is a nice in between our normal YouTube streams and our OnlyFans streams.
Yeah, exactly.
At one of my cousin's weddings, I heard an actual example of the rich person accents.
Like the snooty, like I love
someone
wine.
with like a Death Corp of Krieg army.
Yeah.
The not quite British type of accent. That's a very nice way to describe it.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
What can I do?
I love shrimp and lobster. I have it for every meal. Yeah, there's a Patreon only stream every Friday after this one.
Yeah, five buckolas gets you two extra long Friday streams gets you an extra. I can never say this plug right. Gets you.
Nope.
Gets you four
wrong
extra long Friday streams a month for $5.
Yep.
You do.
You get other things too. Like you get to see the inside of our minds, and you get to vote on videos, and you get to vote on stream what we're painting on stream. And there's going to be plenty more burps. That's what cocaine does to you. And you'll lose 10 pounds. Exactly. It's the mob of angry Midwesterners and New Englanders. I've only been to Connecticut. Yeah. Connect to 4. Oh, and I've been to Philadelphia. But I was just at the airport. So it wasn't fun. You can't really say that, but I'm going to pretend like that mattered.
Just doing a quick edge highlight on the cuffs. Trying to bring them all together. And then just a little more on the collar.
We need to save. I need to save more of these burps for the Patreon stream.
Patreon stream is only burps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people beg us to stop, but it's just wall-to-wall burps.
Yeah, it's good. I was wondering where you were, Dr. Drokel.
We're supposed to get a sound off at the top of the hour. Speaking of, we're gonna stop, but not for our patrons.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but not for our patrons. We'll start minutes. I gotta take a piss, and yeah. So we'll start that up. Also, the long stream tomorrow for everyone. Yeah. If you want to join us at 9 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, to be continued. Bye. I'll miss you.